Well, good evening, YouTube. I've been slacking for the past 2 days, late getting you the videos, but just waiting for some price action, hoping to give you some information. But the market's just not doing anything. Well, let's jump into it and see if we can figure out something in the market. So yeah, welcome to the Jim of All Trades channel. Glad you made it by. This is Wednesday night at 6:20 my time. So right here in Central Missouri. Yeah, we live in misery. It's pretty cold right now, and there's snow on the ground, and yeah, I was just trying to stay warm, looking at the charts, falling asleep to the charts really because they are just sideways. So let's just jump in. We're looking at Ethereum right now, just seeing if Ethereum can give us any kind of idea here. In the grand scheme of things here, I'm looking at that as a flat right there. Let's see if I can draw it a little bit better. As a flat right there. Correction, I'm looking for some kind of down movement like that. Looks like we got a one, and then there's a flat two wave right there. It would make sense to me. And then for me, the way I'm looking at that, I know it looks like a triangle, guys, but that's not a triangle. That looks like a 1 2 1 2, and I think we're going to be getting a down move sometime soon. I think it's going to be coming down in five ways pretty strongly. That's my take on that. And so, with that being said, because I think that's going to happen, then what does that mean for what does that mean for this count? Um, I think this would be basically an A wave and then a B wave, and then we're going to get a C wave to the downside. And um, that might be the first three legs of a final corrective wave. That might be a WXY or something like that. I'm not sure about that, but let's see. Is there any way to look at that from the upside? I would have to be able to count this in five waves, so we'd have to count that with five. If I throw the fibs on that, there's the first wave to the second wave. We do come to the 1618, but usually that's for the third wave. We got no follow through there for the fifth wave, unless there's some kind of a hidden little fifth wave right in there, which it doesn't look like it to me. Looks like we've got a three wave here, a three wave there, and then another three wave there. Though that looks pretty impulsive. One, two. Hard to interpret that count, but I've been interpreting it as a three wave up, three wave down, and finally, then we've got the five wave to the upside as a flat. It's like all of the other charts that we've had. This does come to 90% of this wave, or a little bit more than that. Is there any way to count this as a triangle? Man, it would be an odd shaped triangle for sure, because basically we would have to count this first wave in Ethereum as A, and then that as B, C, D, E, and then we should be breaking out. So I mean, if we don't get a breakout to the upside, then we don't have a triangle in our hands. But that would give us our breakout to the upside for sure, if we had a triangle. So if we get a breakout up this way, well, then we'll have to revisit the count. But it's looking like to me that this is not a triangle, though that it is ranging within this contracting space here. It is triangular in shape, no doubt about it, but it's not a technical Elliott wave triangle. I am looking at this as a 1 2 wave, and then that's 1 2 of the third wave. We're going to get 1 2, and that would be 1 2 3 4 5. We're going to get some big moves to the downside, and that might finish us out. That might finish this wave on out. So I am actually currently short in Ethereum because I'm looking for a downward push. We'll stop that trade out if we break out to the upside of that trend line. So we'll watch that carefully. Let's take a peek now. That's my bias now to the downside here. Let's just take a peek at Bitcoin here. For whatever reason, my Bitcoin chart is gone. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Bitcoin, boom. There we go. Okay, let's see what we have here. On the 1 hour chart here, and check for divergences here in quite a while. Let's take a peek and see if we can see some divergence. We do have some divergence here on the 1 hour chart. This is going to be a regular bullish divergence actually. Come on the 1 hour. I'm really having a hard time, guys. There we go. All right, and then we've got from there to there. So from there to there, there to there, and then we did get the bull move to the upside. Now the question is, do we get the continuation to the upside, or do we get downside? So I'm not so sure, guys. I'm not exactly sure. I've been entertaining the idea that this was a one wave to the downside, and that's a two, and then we're getting a three, four, five, and that'll bring us on down and finish that wave out. And then we need a correction to the upside. But if we break the top of this, and I'm currently short here in Bitcoin, but if we break the top of this, that's going to invalidate my count, which I mentioned yesterday, and we still haven't done that yet. We haven't had a breakout yet, and we're still kind of waiting on that guy for sure. Right there. So my stop is just above that. That if it even breaks that wick, then the count is invalidated. Now we did have a trend line here that I was watching all day, and it has been respecting it. Let's go down to the smaller time frame here and see it here. It has been respecting it until recently, and it's just kind of broken through it. It's not confirmed yet. We got 2 minutes left to confirm a breakthrough on that candle, but even so, it still could come down. But we're gonna have to watch out for that. That's kind of an indicator to the upside for sure. At least a potential indicator to the upside. Not seeing any divergences here as well. So it's just kind of some slow, methodical sideways action, and it's hard to look at anything. Hard to understand this count. This count as it is. We got some divergence on the 15-minute chart here. I don't, I'm not a big fan of 15-minute divergence, but it is what it is. Okay, so we got the RSI strength to the upside is the price to the upside is increasing. Okay, while the strength of that move is diminishing. We're not in the oversold region, but certainly that is technically divergence, and that is actually bearish divergence that is downside 15 minutes. So we should be looking for a push back down to the downside, unless a stronger move to the upside wipes out that divergence, which we all know that can happen, especially on the 15-minute time frame for sure. So we'll have to watch and wait and see if we get any kind of change at wiping of that divergence out. But even right here from that peak, let's move it off of there and see here. We've got, it's kind of sideways, maybe just a little bit down. But actually, sorry, I was thinking, yeah, there's no real divergence. I mean, this is more steep to the downside, but strength is about sideways. That would indicate more of a hidden bearish divergence. That would be an example of. So we do have some bearish divergence here, as well as some hidden bearish divergence. It's very, very small hidden bearish divergence. It is on the 15-minute time frame, but that might give us a hint to see if we might get a little bit of a down move here. What would we have? We have a down move there. Well, a couple things, I imagine. We could have basically, let me get my ABC here. We've got an A wave, a B wave, and then we might get a C wave down. So this is some kind of instead of this being a 1-2 to the downside and then going down, this could be some kind of a finished wave of this structure here. So that structure was finished with this wave, maybe a fifth wave, and this was an A, where this is going to be a B, and then we're going to get a C to the upside before we come on down. So that's a possibility I mentioned yesterday in the video, and then we still might get that. But so I'd like to see price come on down. If it's going to come on down, I'm going to measure that with the fibs and see what we get there. So if price comes down, where would it come down to? We'd be looking at price at 86.67 to 86.30 in that ballpark there. We'd want to see price to reverse off of those levels. The price reverses off there. I'll probably take profit there and maybe even play a C wave up to the upside if I have some decent divergence down here as well on the 15-minute to hourly. So we'll have to watch and see what price action does there. But guys, we're pretty much in a no trade zone if you're not entered a trade or if you're not in a position. We're pretty much in a no. You should be sitting back on the sides and watching what's going to happen here. Let's just talk about what might be happening. I've been expecting one more downward push, to finish this wave out, but that doesn't mean we might not get an upward push first before we come down. That is always a possibility. Then we'd have this three-wave structure like that. and we'd have a three wave here, three wave here, and then we'd have a three wave structure there, and that would kind of balance that out a little bit and finish that wave out. So that's a possibility. We could also just come on down as well, and we would still have a three wave here. Boom, 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 like that. And so that would be fine. That would be okay. I'm still looking at this as you know, the beginnings of an expanded flat right there for Bitcoin as well. That's the same thing as we saw in Ethereum as well. So there's your expanded flat, and that's my X wave here, or and then we're going to get one more downward push in three waves. Don't forget about that that bull trap I was telling you about. We should get a pretty strong move to the upside here shortly to go retest the $10,000 range. I would imagine not the mid nines to the $10,000 range, probably right across in here, around 9.6 maybe. We'll have to wait and see what we get. Could go a little higher. Could come across to this region about $10,000, and then we head back down to finish out that correction. So that's gonna take the better part of the rest of the year to do that. So this correction is gonna take forever. So yeah, that's a quick analysis here, guys, of Bitcoin and Ethereum. Let's take a peek at Litecoin as well. This is just we'll have to wait and see what price momentum gives us, and just stay out. You've got the ideas for maybe a push up and then down, or just coming straight down from there. I am already short here, but we'll stop it out if it goes higher than this range there. All right, let's look at Litecoin as well. On the Litecoin to BTC, Litecoin is getting weaker against BTC, so that is in a downtrend. As we look at Litecoin itself, it has broken through. I got lines everywhere, guys. I'm sorry about that, but I got lines everywhere. But I always pay attention to trend lines, particularly on Litecoin, but not just on Litecoin. And you have this long-term one here, and it broke down, it retested, and it's coming on down. Then there's another trend line from here over to here. We're bouncing on that one. And then these more short-term trend lines, you can see that I've drawn. We've broken through that one. We've got one that we broke through. I could probably redraw that one like this. Looks like we got basically a bear flag working here. Boom. Well, let me try that again. Got a bear flag working. Gonna get another drop. That's what I'm looking for. I'm not seeing the upside move, though. I mean, I suppose anything could happen. Not anything could happen. The oscillator here on the 15-minute is looking like it wants to come on down. RSI is kind of pushing up as well. Looks like it wants to come on down as well. So indicators are just kind of looking like we need to come on down. Elliott wave, I'm not sure if this is some kind of a funky triangle or not, but this looks like an impulsive wave here, followed by a corrective wave. Now, whether we get a deeper corrective wave, so we can always get a wave that was simple right here, could turn complex on us like that. So that's a possibility. But I'm more ready for this to come on down, and I think it's going to. But and that's the way I'm trading it. But we'll have to wait and see. Guys. Well, guys, there's a quick video looking at the market here. Not a whole lot of new information, just a bunch of sideways chop. Be safe out there. Watch how you're trading. Watch yesterday's video so you get an overall picture of what I'm thinking about the bull trap video that I shared yesterday, because that's a potential scenario. Also, watch out for the bull move that we could potentially be getting. So there's a bull side upside, and there's a bear count. We just want to be ready for both. And so don't forget, watch yesterday's video. I gave a plan, my plan for how to trade that. So if you need some help with that, or at least some ideas, I'm not here to give financial advice. I never do. This is just for your education, how I look at the market, and I'm sharing how I see the market. Please trade at your own risk, and be safe as you trade. All right, you have a great day. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.